it. And man, who knows what Atalito's thinking about right now. All right, both players are off.
Yeah. Now, Arco's board, a bit tough here right now. Not a lot of use for yellow. Really wants to get the red and blue going, but he does have a setup here for the yellow horizontally. Does drop down that blue garbage, take care of it to get that horizontal. Ooh, look at the setup from Atalito here. What's he
Yeah,
up
Atalito has
to?
he's got nothing but trash pills so far. And
But look
you
at what
know,
he's done with it.
yep. Few
Amazing
pieces of
there.
garbage left after all of that. Yeah, looking at his initial pill setups, they were not pleasant, and it's been something to watch him just, dare we say it, do the Adelito things.
Hmm. Yeah, and the thing is that Adelito's setups, he's so patient with it. We used to refer to that as being greedy because most players didn't know how to handle it if their setups didn't show up. But now we've got players like Adelito being very patient and knowing exactly what to do to maneuver everything. But wow, Arco is already into level 7 here, getting started on this very red heavy top line as Adelito added a 121.
Yeah, it was about a 10-second time difference between when these two players came out of level 6. Now, a lot of that for Adelito was spent waiting around for the last pills that he needed to be able to clear his board. But Arco has been playing some solid Dr. Mario, and when when you play solid and you get decent RNG, the sky's pretty much the limit for this. And that L clear showing that he knows exactly what he's doing.
Mhm. Really nice horizontal there too for Arco. Now, the question is, are the reds going to show up that he so clearly needs? Meanwhile, Adelito, nice horizontal drop into a combo there, and going to take a nice horizontal with these blues to just bring this level down bit by bit. Now, notice a lot of players like to keep an even top line so that there's not a lot of drop time in the later part of the level.
Yeah, and looking over on Arco's side, you can see that that double red that is across columns 3 and 4, that was originally set up for that virus on 6 rather, but everything kind of got dropped down, and it's just plans start competing, and now he's got a double red blitz. Thankfully, it's over, and he hits the double yellow. He's going to be out at a 245. Adelito going to
Mm.
be out at 246. So,
Woo!
yeah, yeah, many times
Let's
champ
go.
has brought it back.
Excellent. Now I'm really curious to see whether Arco, how he does with those horizontals at the top. Wasn't sure if he was going to try to go for a fat log, but just got one horizontal. Looks very nice. Needs a bunch of blue to clear this out. Meanwhile, a nice horizontal from Adelito and needs one red to clear out this center. He takes it out with a red yellow, and that makes sense. Yellow is not very prevalent on the top line, so he can use those yellow pill halves to get other things going.
So we saw a misdrop for Arco on column 2. He had a double yellow. It was primed to go down into column 3. He ended up dropping it in 2. It's not causing too much of a traffic jam right now, and literally any pair of yellows will be able to take care of the problem. But it's just another thing, and you don't want to give Adelito any things because he can and will take advantage of every one of them. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, this triple not going to be not going to be anything that Arco doesn't want to deal with. But I'm pretty sure that's another misdrop on one. These slight mistakes like that are going to start adding up.
Yeah, exactly. That double blue, not what he's going to want over there. Now, if he gets some, well, this double blue taking care of it, red blue would have also done it, but gets a nice combo there in columns 1 and 2. But as you know, Adelito has just taken a slight lead, and
Is he?
this came very well. Oh, wait, never mind. Arco
Yeah,
added a
it happened very fast.
421. Very nice. 425 for Adelito.
Yeah, these are great times.
What are we
About
seeing here? Oh my goodness.
about 30 seconds, I'd say, above or below the time that you absolutely want to see coming out of 8. You're looking for that about 5 minutes coming out of there, and both of these with 30 seconds to give there. That's phew,
And
that's something.
wow, that was a pretty bad misdrop there from Atalito at the beginning of level 9. Notice Arco's already off to about a 10 virus lead just because of a missed pill in the center. And you see, like, normally it's sometimes hard to tell if Atalito makes a misdrop, right? But you can tell because he cleared out all that garbage in the center. So it's a little bit tough sledding for him right now.
Yeah, and, we're seeing the opposite of what we were just talking about where, the mistakes from Arco were very concerning considering that Adelito is such a strong player, but now, you gotta be telling yourself that any mistake from Adelito is gonna be concerning because Arco has the ability to close it out, and, with just 7 viruses left, it
Ah,
looks like that may be what he's about to do unless Adelito has the setup of the century going. It looks like game 1 may be going to Arco here.
oh, I would say he definitely needs RNG to cooperate here. And it is. Notice all these reds coming down. Just needs a couple more reds to get this going. But nice T over there for Adelito and an underclear as well. But yeah, Arco gets the 2 reds he needs and is out at a 607. Wow. And not too far behind is Adelito out at a 613.
It's crazy. So, GG's to Arco, again, proving himself to be a very formidable opponent. 607 would win against most anybody at least once. So, wow. Arco though, or Adelito though, has not. Let me think. He's lost what 2 full matches in the last year.
Hmm.
So you don't expect. Oh, actually, a little over a year now. Going back to January 23. I'm having to pull these from memory, but yeah, it's only happened a couple of times, and the reason for that is he doesn't lose multiple games in the same set. So we're going to see what he's going to do. We're also going to see if Arco can just really close this out. Anything can happen here, and it's about to as we get ready for these players.
Wow. Yeah, we have readies from both players. And I believe that the 2 rounds that Adelito has lost in the finals of the championships, I believe, and I think lost in round 1. I think that was the only other loss that he had, and I believe it was to Watchma at one point. And Watchma can correct me if I'm wrong. I think that was in January of last year. But these two are off. A lot of blue here on the top of Arco's board.
Yes, indeed. And Adelito looking at a lot of yellow. This is a very blocky board for Adelito, and he's. I don't think that's going to be a problem for him. He does these sort of things where the setups are
Mm.
looking good. I think maybe there was the hope that that was going to be a setup for a red horizontal double, but it ended up clearing. And at this point, nobody even knows what I'm talking about. But he's he moves so fast, it's hard to commentate anything because he's already on to the next thing. But, yeah, a really good lead already opening up for Adelito. Let's leave it at that.
Yeah, and the thing is that Arco's board so much blue and yellow on that top line, just very, very stressful situation there. But really nice combo here in column 7 and 8, just clearing out that right hand side with a nice cascade. But Adelito out at about a 107, not to be denied. You know, he's very good at coming back from the rare losses that he has. So we will see how this goes. But oh, so much yellow here for Arco on this board.
And I'm okay. I'm still kinda curious about this, blue-yellow sitting on top of the board for Adelito. Um, I I thought it was a misdrop at the time, but again, with Adelito, you just always assume that any misdrop is, magic waiting to happen, and it hasn't turned into that, so I'm assuming that that was a misdrop there as we see, Arco getting out about a 148, so, definitely a lot of room to make up, but, Adelito not showing that he is going to give him any of that room right now.
Hmm. Yeah. 9 viruses left for Adelito here in a beautiful sequence where he had good foresight to build a good horizontal where the plans did not conflict with one another. That can be really difficult, especially higher up on the board if you start to make differing plans. But yep, that column 1 Blue yellow didn't matter at all. He tucks in between out at a 220, blistering pace.
Yeah. And when you don't have to resolve the treble pills, that's always nice. Uh, if you want to have to resolve them, by the way, play Virus, the the prototype version of this. That was something that you had to do. It's a real pain to deal with. Anyway, looking over at what Arco's got, he's got all of his garbage stacked up, and I know he wants that horizontal for the blues.
Oh,
Oh, he's
gonna
gonna
get it, gonna
get
get
the
it.
double
Let's
blue. There it
go.
is.
Oh.
Gonna cause a lot of drop time, but I always say drop time doesn't matter when it's in a combo.
Mhm. Unfortunately, did wreck that horizontal opportunity there. At the bottom, you see that one piece of yellow garbage is going to cause a little bit of trouble. But since yellow isn't much of a pain point, he's going to be able to use any yellow to open up that horizontal again. So it's going to be there, and he's going to be able to clean that out in no time. But wow, Atalito just blazing through this level 8 and almost, I mean, pretty close to lapping Arco there. That's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's we saw what Arco's capable of, and this cross clear for Adelito. It's not what he wanted to do because it caused drop time. He had everything else set up, and just that's one time where you don't want to cross clear. Out at 3:45, that's
this
45 seconds faster than his last one.
this pace is just it's just yep. It's I can't even.
45 seconds. And oh, look at the top of this board for Arco. Look at how much red there is. This is gross. But you know what? If your opponent's going to have one of the best times ever, I'd say this is the board you want to get that on.
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
that's not the way he wanted to set that on 1 and 2, I don't think. But he's going to find his way through it, going to get out of there, and hope for some good RNG.
hmm Adelito taking some drop time here to work on columns 7 and 8 is going to set up this nice lightning bolt in 7 and 8. Those are offset verticals. We're going to see how this horizontal setup goes for the red here. Um, and Yep. Now has options for that yellow opening up in column 1. So we'll
Gonna
see
do
how
it?
that goes. Yep, that's going to work
Is he
out.
gonna get it?
Nope.
Oh, no, he's not gonna get the sub 5. It was
Very,
so
very
close.
close. Oh my goodness. But yes, that
That's a new
is
hot time.
yeah, the hottest time.
All right.
All right.
Adelito says
Well,
bad, only 3 seconds.
yep. So Adelito beating Arco's best time set last month by 9 seconds.
And Arco sees
So,
the writing on the wall.
and I mean,
Wow.
Arco could have been sub 6 in that game, but it just does not matter.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he was still a level behind, but yeah, that's, whoo, me. What do you do? PB strats? How about world record strats?
Yeah, how about world record strats? Yeah,
All
that
right.
is all right.
Adelito says it's Arco's turn now.
Well, we would love to see that. Although, you might if that does happen, you might worry that the sound is out on your computer because we probably won't be able to say anything. We will be speechless.
Yep. Yep. We were hoping for that sub 5. All right. So
Oh, all
we've
right, we
got
got
readies from both
readies.
players. Betty says, "Hi, comms sound pretty chill." Honestly, Betty, I still haven't gotten over daylight savings. So
I I don't, I get tongue tied when I see this kind of thing.
yeah,
And we get 3, 2, 1, and pills. But you know what? We will try to hype it up for Betty. We will.
if we'd gotten sub 5, we would have exploded.
Yeah.
All right. So good top lines for both players. The only thing I wish for Arco is more red. But past that, actually, it's kind of bad because of that. But past that, everything looks pretty nice. Both players with a lot of good options to start off. And yeah, Adelito and Arco actually tied up right now, and the with the timers looking pretty similar as well.
hmm Yeah, and Adelito has had some really good setups here. Notice columns 6 and 7, they're set up for that nice combo, taking out some garbage and a virus there, but just good foresight because red is not particularly useful at the moment. Only for that pair of reds in the center, and I'm going to guess that Atalito is going to try to take them out horizontally. As soon as he drops that yellow, it's going to happen, and there it goes. Boom. And another horizontal to boot.
Yeah, and he's only got a 5 virus lead on Arco, who is working his way down this board and has a lot of good setup options. In fact, has doubles on 2 of his remaining viruses. Interesting that he doesn't tuck it
Mm-hmm.
over on the right there. He goes ahead and does it now, but that's going to put him 1 yellow behind as Adelito already out around the 120 mark,
Mm-hmm.
and
So
he's getting
nice
punished
opening
for it
tee.
too.
Oh, wow,
Oh,
he's close. And on high
yeah.
speed, this is tough. It is going to take a little bit of hesitation to maneuver around there. But wow, so Adelito with some good opening moves had a great tee as one of his first combos and is already halfway down this board with a baker's dozen lead over Arco.
Yeah, and okay, I see the plan now. I was kind of wondering where this plan was headed, and Adelito proving that he knows what he's doing, even if the commentators don't. Doing a great job.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, speak for myself, sure, but it took me a minute to see exactly what he's doing, and oh, the man wrecks commentary, and we're already tired. So there you go.
Well, let's see. So on Arco's side, a little bit of a sticky situation there in column 8 with that blue hanging out there. I think yeah, he's just gonna go clean that out, and the red blue going to be very useful for that. But it's going to it's going to slow him down a bit there as Adelito into level 8 already. I think Arco's probably going to take out these different pairs of blues horizontally, although the upper pair, it might take a little bit of time to get there, and he might change plans as he goes along.
Yeah, yeah, platforming is always a helpful skill. Looks like he is signaling though that those blues are coming down, and with that yellow piece, that's all he needs now is just a couple of blues, and of course he's getting a double yellow blitz. Good news is that's going to end with a double
Yeah.
blue. There it is, and he is out a 314, so just a little under a minute behind Adelito.
hmm And Adelito's got some good plans going. Notice he's got two blue horizontal possibilities, and as soon as he drops this yellow, there it goes. And now he's got a red horizontal forming at the bottom. And tucking in between, just gets that double yellow. Did not hold on for that. But there we go. Now it's all good. And is opting not to take that drop time, instead stacking the red on top there.
Oh,
And takes it all down and into level 9 at about 354.
yeah. Isn't that about the pace he was on the last game?
No, he was about 20 seconds faster last time.
Okay.
Yeah. Whew.
Yeah, it's
I
hard to keep
couldn't
up.
handle that pace last time. I was like, this is sick. But so Arco with 19 viruses left to go in level 8. That center is stacked up top there. It's going to take a bunch of drop time to clear unless he just works all the way around the different parts of the board. But I think at some point he may just have to cut his losses there and take that drop time.
Yeah, and he's
And
about
there he
7
goes.
viruses away from getting lapped again, which is not what he wants to see. But Atlito already just blazing through the back end of this level. It's not going to be a sub 5. We don't have to try to hype that, but but it is going to be crazy because he's going to pull stuff like that off. But now look at all the red he has got, and not a lot of ways to access it because he's going to have to do several under clears here. But the doc giving him exactly what he needs. 2 more reds. There's 1. There's 2, and with a 514, Adelito out, and is going to be on to our next round.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of hype though. I mean, so let's just take a look at this. Arco
Wait,
sets
yeah, go ahead.
Arco sets the world record last month, and Adelito comes in and saying, "No way, you're surrounded." I'm gonna take
Yeah.
the first place and the third place time, so watch out. I mean, that's pretty outstanding.